Hello, Facebook Live. Lindsay Price here, resident playwright for Theater Folk. Today is Friday, so that must mean there's the Olympics, right? Hey man, we're watching the Olympics. Look, beautiful day outside. Olympics! Favorite part, as far as I'm concerned, the track and field. So I've been watching all morning women do the high jump. Love it. But it's Friday, so that must mean that we are here on Facebook Live to do a giveaway. We do indeed have a giveaway just for you, just for drama teachers. The link is in the description, wherever the description happens to be. And it is all about the exit prompt. That's what we're talking about today. Exit slips, exit slip prompts. The exit slip is something that I have come into knowledge about over the past year as a interesting tool to use at the end of class to see what students have retained in the minimum, right? An exit slip is one question or a couple of questions or I don't know what else there is. It's one question or a couple of questions that students can answer at the end of class pertaining to what they just did. I've actually been using them as a playwright when I go into classes to workshop material. Sometimes it is more useful to, instead of having them all sit down and grill them sometimes at what it feels like to them about what they liked and what they didn't like, what questions they had about the script. I just hand everybody an exit slip at the end of the class, usually where they have 5 minutes to go, to give students something where they can respond to a play anonymously, and also so that I can get some thought about feedback as opposed to, which is sometimes really helpful. And I was going to have so like when I go into a class, I went into one in the spring, and so the questions that I were asking, so like what's the one question you have about the play? Write down one impression from the play, what sticks out in your mind, because like for me, when I'm as a playwright, when I want to know how my play is impacting, it's like, well, what happens at the end? Like what sticks in your mind? What is the theme of the play? So that if I've been workshopping a new work and I haven't had an opportunity to go into grand detail about what the play's about, find out what they think the play's about. And just to give them an opportunity that sometimes it's not quite the same when you go into a class where you don't have an opportunity to talk to them and you might not get in a one-on-one conversation. Now the exit slips we're talking about, let me show you. This is this thing you're First, Olympics. Oh, sadness. Sadness, she did not get that. So the exit slip prompt page that you're going to get with this download has a bunch of starting points for you in terms of what kinds of exit slips you can come up with in terms of comprehension, right? What's the one thing you learned today? Why did this stick out for you? What were you most confused about today? What one question you have about today's class? This can tell you if the way that you're presenting material is sticking home with folks. Right? Why was today's lesson important? What's one new thing? Group work in class and drama class, all we have is tons and tons of group work. So how were you an effective group member today? Rate how well your group worked together today, and why does the answer that you give? What will you do tomorrow with your group? Did you enjoy working in a group today? Why or why not? I'll tell you my answer. My answer was always no. But nobody ever asked me if I enjoyed working in a group. And, maybe if I had had the opportunity to express that, my whole entire high school life would have been completely different. Subject questions, right? Now, these are obviously very general, but think about how you can take a subject you're learning and give students one question to answer. One question, right? If you were writing a quiz on this topic, what would be your first question? what's going to happen next if you're in the middle of studying a play, and see if students can guess where the play is going or if they have no idea. It's the kind of thing when we're talking about making guesses, making inferences, taking students and giving them some critical thinking opportunity, and also with the notion of drama that the answer that they give, as long as it's based on thought, right? It's not just like a flippant or a little tiny, throwaway, that's the word I'm looking for, throwaway answer. If they put thought into it, even if it's wrong, it's valuable, right? It's valuable because they have put their thoughts to the test. A reflection, right? I want to learn more about XYZ. The thing I need help with, the exercise I enjoyed most, the thing that I enjoyed least. How would you use today's lesson in the real world? Also and important. So that is the thing that we've got today for you for a giveaway. These are things, exit slips I have been using more and more when I personally go into a classroom, even just as a playwright. When I am designing lessons, I design lessons for the Drama Teacher Academy. When we put out stuff on the blog, exit slips is one of the first things that I go to, because it's sort of instant feedback for you in terms of how everybody's doing. And you don't have to wait to get to the end of the lesson, not the end of the lesson, the end of the unit of what you're working on to have someone go, well, I didn't understand this, I didn't get it. It's like, no, here you can put this in right away, and you can either change your teaching, or you can see who's taking this stuff seriously, or who's paying attention, engagement, who's being engaged with their learning, and who perhaps is not. I'm sure all of you are either in the middle of amazing classes, right, that are filled with amazingly engaged students, and no one's having any trouble whatsoever. I know that it's for some of you, you're in the thick. You've already been through a week of classes, which I can't believe, and some of you are still hanging on to summer, but that's okay. And the other thing that's going to happen is when you sign up for this download, you're also going to get on our amazing, see, it comes with hand gestures, amazing email list. And that's something that's going to be really important, because that's where we announce special events. And that is where we let everybody know about what's happening. We have so much happening here at Theatre Folk Global Headquarters. It makes your head spin. One thing that I want to mention too is that next Tuesday, which is the 16th, today is the 12th. Let's check that. Today is the 12th. And on the 16th, we are having a professional learning community, a PLC, all about planning your season. Even if you have planned your season months ago, or if you're waiting to meet your kids to pick the kinds of plays that you're going to do this year, we have a great panel of folks who are going to be on our PLC, and who are going to give their tips and their feedback on the ways to pick plays for a season. And we're talking educational theater here, so that that aspect is something that to pay attention to. Are you a product person or a process person? That's going to go into the types of plays that you choose for your season. Are you someone who picks a theme? Are you someone who won't pick a play until you see the kids and you see which ones, which plays might fit your kids? Are you someone who does musicals? And if you do musicals, you have had to have picked your plays months ago. Catherine, hello, good morning. We are just wrapping up here on our Friday morning giveaway Facebook Live. I'm Lindsay Price, resident playwright for Theatre Folk. Chat with y'all, and I hope that your weekends are all going to be fantastically amazing. I hope that you enjoy the giveaway. Get this exit slip page of exit slip prompts on that'll lead the way for you in terms of comprehension, subject, and reflection questions. There's so many things, group work questions, so many ways that you can use an exit slip to see how your class is going. Kathleen, I'm so glad you found us on Facebook by chance. We've got lots of stuff going on here on this Facebook page, on theaterfolk.com, on dramateacheracademy.com. We are Theaterfolk. We love to joke that we are Theaterfolk Global Headquarters, as you can see, in the small. I think that I would say our environment is very small, but it means that we can do things like this, and we can chat with you, and hopefully we seem more human as opposed to more corporate. I don't know what this is. I'm going to wrap up now, because now we're just getting into silliness. Get your giveaway. Get on our email list. And I'm going to see you next week, next Wednesday. I will be back here for another section of Facebook Live from Theaterfolk Global Headquarters. Have an awesome weekend. Bye!